Shemar, it's tough to take away a lot from a spring game, but how do you feel the defensive line played against the ones when you had the opportunity?
I feel like today the 1D line, we did a pretty good job. Not up to the standard that I would like, but I feel like as a D line, we still did what we needed to do today to look good.
We'll go front row on the right side to Cole.
Shemar, you've been able to go up against them in practice the last couple of weeks. Then to see it on the field today, what has impressed you both about Connor and Max and their maturity in the pocket?
Shoot, them two right there, I mean, they compete like no other quarterback I've ever played with or been around. And, I mean, those guys are developing daily like crazy because they're competing with each other. I mean, shoot, just their swagger and how they carry themselves on the field is what I can say.
And then you were named Defensive MVP of the spring along with Bryce Anderson. Bryce was a name that Damani had mentioned last week of being the talk of spring football. Where have you seen him improve, and more specifically, where have you seen him be able to step up vocally in the locker room as a leader as part of the first-team defense?
Man, Bryce he's a fun dude to play with. And I'm sorry, what was your question again? I'm sorry.
Where have you seen him step up vocally in the huddle and then
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so one is one of them players, Bryce is one of them players where one of them days you maybe shoulder might be hurting, you be like, man, practice, But he bring that energy every day, like, hey, 5, I'm on what you on. Like, it's just that the energy he bring and that go get it, like somebody that love to play the sport like he do, man, he been doing the same stuff he been doing you know what I'm saying, since he got here. He been playing football good, so but he has improved as a leader a lot. I do see him like talking to the defense and stuff like that when we moving slow. Like, hey man, pick it up, we gotta go. So having another voice like that, especially that young, is good.
We'll go back behind the lights on the right side to Ben.
Shemar, what have you been working on the most to be able to best perform on the edge in addition to what you do in the inside this spring?
So mainly after the season, I was just working on my hands because last year I feel like I didn't play with my hands enough. And as far as false stepping and stuff like that, that's pretty much all I worked on during this offseason, just hand placement, my feet work, all that ties to everything.
We'll go front row on the right side to Brent.
Shemar, what brought you to Texas A&M a couple of years ago, and how influenced were you by Von Miller having played here from your high school as well?
I chose A&M because the coaches, like the relationship me and the coaches had were like no other. Like, they were always honest with me. They kept it 100 with me the whole recruiting process. And surprisingly, A&M wasn't even like a school that I was planning on going to before, And yeah, just being around the coaches, talking to some of the players, man, it was amazing. And then Vaughn and Tony and all of them, y'all know the DeSoto pipeline through A&M. That did influence it a little bit because I'm not gonna lie, Tony and Vaughn, everybody that from DeSoto that came here has made it to the big leagues. Everybody that went to chase their dreams in the NFL. So
Y'all stockpiled quite a few, high-profile defensive linemen. How special can this unit be on what you play at?
Ooh, man, this D-line unit can be special. I'm talking about one of the best in the nation. Like, if we keep going, keep pushing, because we still got a lot to work on. We're far from perfect, but I feel like if we put our head down and we keep working together, I feel like we'll be one of the best units in college football.
Go second row on the left side to Cease.
So where has the defense improved this spring, and what has to happen for you guys to be a championship defense?
Okay, one thing I can say we improved on a lot is tackling, because last year we did miss a lot of tackles, and that caused us, some games. And another thing I can say we've been picking up on is our energy. Like last year we'll make plays and some of the defense will turn up the other half, but now when we making plays in practice and stuff like that, it all builds up, and I feel like for us to be a championship defense, I feel like we just got to take out our MAs. We just got to lock in and stop missing assignments. And after that is, I mean, because when we doing our job, when everybody in the right place, I mean, ain't nothing happening. Like, the ball not moving.
We'll go third row on the left side to Carter and then Mark.
Shemar, two players I just want to ask you about real quick is Chase Basanis. We've heard a lot about him, and then also Walter Nolan winning Defensive Most Improved. What have you seen from those two guys this offseason, and how have they kind of grown their game?
Okay, I'm going to start with Walt. Man, Walt has improved so much. Like, so much. Like, and you can tell his attitude towards the game has changed and everything. Like, Walt surprised me this spring. I'm not gonna lie. He came in, he playing football, watching his film, studying all that. I mean, Walt gonna be one of the greats that come out of A&M. One of the greats. And Chase, man, I love Chase. Chase a dog. I love him. We get better every day at practice. I mean, yeah, he a unit. Like, to be that young and that strong, like, Chase is gonna be good too.
We'll go front row on the left side to Mark and then wrap things up with Cole.
Shemar, you were actually one of the older guys on the line last year, even though you're just a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
What is the benefit of last year's experience to not only you, but the guys who were freshmen last year as you try to put that quality D-line together?
Oh, man. There's just nothing like experience when it comes to college football. Having that experience, especially while we're young as a D-line, is crazy. Like, the amount of production we had with young D-line was crazy. So, yeah.
We'll go front row on the right side to Cole to wrap things up.
Just out of curiosity, Shemar, is there anybody who maybe hasn't been mentioned this spring enough publicly that you think had an impressive year and is going to be on the verge of a breakout season next fall?
It would probably have to be an offensive player, Noah Thomas. I feel like Noah don't get talked about a lot, but Noah's one of them players at practice that makes, like, plays, like, seriously. And it's not, like, regular plays. I'm talking about one-hand catches over two people and stuff like that. So, yeah, I feel like Noah Thomas is definitely going to be one of the ones.
All right, thank you, Shemar.
All right, appreciate it.